today of 8th July, Uganda Youth and Adolescent Health Forum, in partnership with the National Population Council, together with Rights Here, Right Now, we organized an interdialogue as an activity towards the preparation of the World Population Day. One of our major concerns in regard to this day, we wanted to launch the findings for an assessment report that had been done in Mbale, with a major focus of finding the access of the youth-friendly services within the district of Mbale. And according to the findings, it was realized that many of the health centers in Mbale that were assessed, they were not having those good youth-friendly services, mainly because the health workers are not trained on how to handle the youth. Then because of the issues of stockouts, whereby the youth go to the services and the commodities of their wish are not there, but also because some health centers are serving youth as the general population, so there is no privacy or special attention given to the youth. But then also because the health workers are usually very harsh to the adolescents that scare them or demotivate them from accessing those services.
As a young mother, I faced a lot of problems during this COVID-19, whereby there is long distances, our health centers are located very far, we have regular people, we don't have transport, so we face a lot of problems to access them. Then also, health workers are tough on us. When you go there for services, they toughen, they want you to go with your man, and some of us, we got pregnant when we are home. Our health centers lack funds, of which you go there, they tell you, medicine are out of stock, there are no medicine. So those are all challenges we faced during this COVID-19.
During this lockdown, there is no way we would travel to the health center. Some of the health centers are really very far, so we couldn't travel to go and seek those services. So we had to sit back and wait whether we should go, because there was no transportation. The health centers where we get the SRH services, there are no youth corners for the youths, because we like our confidentiality. We want our things to be kept private most of the times, because I don't want to reach there. I discuss something with a healthcare provider, then she goes and tells some other person. So that was also a problem.
We see that young people are shying away from accessing SRHR services from the health centers. And one of the key pertinent issues that the health centers are not necessarily giving youth-friendly services to the young people. And this stems to the fact that our health center staff are not necessarily trained in being able to deliver youth-friendly services to young people. So this is a big challenge for the young people to access it.
So our major concern, or our major focus was to ensure that today, let us be able to call upon our other implementing partners, other partners out there. So partners like Restless, partners like Maristops, Reproductive Health, so that they can be able to know, okay, this issue of the unfriendly health services is really happening, and what can we do? With combined efforts, with the support of the ministry, then we can be able to send a wider or a stronger voice to the policymakers, so that they can be able to improve the youth-friendly services within the different districts within the country, so that at the end of it all, then we shall realize that the youth serves as the big population in the country, and we cannot work without them. So let us work with them, but also let us engage them in advocacy so that they can be able to move further.
As a Mbale district, actually we are already on the roadmap. We've started by orienting our staff on sexual and reproductive health services and having youth-friendly corners in the facility. And we are engaging our implementing partners to so much skill us on how to handle the youth and the adolescents in the facility. In so doing, all our facilities now have youth-friendly corners, and we have designated specific dates for for adolescents and youth to attend services in our facilities.
As an implementing partner, we have done a number of things to see that we help improve the lives of young people in relation to sexual and reproductive health. We have done community risk communication, most especially during this COVID era. We have gone around the different communities we implement in to tell young people about how they can prevent themselves from getting into risky behaviors, how they can protect themselves from diseases. But we have also done orientation on how they can access sexual and reproductive health services across the different areas, even within the essentialized service model. We have also gone ahead to engage policymakers to better understand how young people can engage with them and how policies are going to affect them and how we move towards a post-COVID-19 era.
So what we need to do as development partners and everybody else is that we are training health center staff in delivering youth-friendly services and so that the young people are able to access these. So this also requires us to be able to reach out to the young people and share with them information about the available services at the health centers wherever they are in their own communities, because young people can only access what they know is available. But if the health center staff are not necessarily being friendly with the young people, there's going to be a bit of a barrier. So we have to see that we are working together with the development partners and government as well, see that the health centers who are coming out or engaging with or supporting the young people at the health center level are trained fully in being able to deliver such services to the young people in terms of accessing contraceptives and also sharing with them information and giving them the services that they require.
Following the discussion that has been going on today, it has also been realized by one of the representatives, Dr. Diana, and was talking about health being a holistic aspect, whereby it has to be integrated within all the sectors, within all the programs within the government of Uganda. So when we work together as a team, when we work together as partners or as different stakeholders from the different levels, then we can be able to achieve progress for our youth, and then we can make our country a better country to live in.
I must tell you that we as advocates or youth leaders, we will always work with the government, with Ministry of Health and line ministries to advocate for the right proper policies and also to see that we can harness, empower the young people, fight for their rights so that we can really have programming towards harnessing the demographic dividend.
For today, I really appreciate Uganda Youth and Adolescent Health Forum for organizing this event or the Pre-World Population Day, looking at the challenges young people are facing and what we can reform in terms of policy framework towards addressing challenges that are facing young people. With what Uganda Youth and Adolescent Health Forum, with the findings that they met in the Bukedi region, most especially in Mbale and Butaleja, these are some of the snippets of districts where we are having a lot of teenage pregnancies. So with the findings that UWAF was able to get from those two districts, or Bukedi region as a whole, we are able to inform policy, to inform our policy makers on what are some of the issues that we need to do.
Today's dialogue was very okay. Actually, I want to applaud UHAF for organizing for such a wonderful word, for the wonderful dialogue. Actually, we've even interfaced with the youth. Actually, they have told us their concerns. We can now know how to go about helping them. We appreciate the organizers of this dialogue. I commend them so much for a job well done.
Thank you for the dialogue that I've put today. I've learned a lot personally because I didn't know where to go, whom to talk to in case of anything. But I thank the UWAF for they came to Mbale and they have helped us get platforms as we, the young youths. For example, it's because of UWAF that I came here today. It's not like some other organizations, because most of the organizations tend to be in Kampala only. They never travel to the eastern, they never do it, but I thank UWAF for it.